Welcome to the Dressage Formula. I'm Daphne Haagmans, and I'm going to be guiding you through this comprehensive online learning course. Please note that this is only a small excerpt of our larger comprehensive course. We will jump in with a look at the study of the rotational alignment, which is section 3 of the alignment portion of our complete course. Section 3, Rotational Alignment, the rotational twist for turns, bends, and bending movements. Our next consideration for our alignment on our horses is the rotational alignment. This position is used for turns, bending, and all bending movements such as circles, corners, shoulder in, travers, half passes, etc. This alignment overlaps slightly with the weight aids, and its influence will become even more apparent when we cover the chapter on weight aids. Firstly, we need the established stability of the seat as described in the vertical alignment section. That is, we need control over sitting evenly and flatly on the 3-point seat bones known as the triangle of our seat. From this stability, we have the controlled mobility of the upper body to indicate to our horses our intention for turning and bending. I will discuss the seat weight aids in part E of this course, but we will consider here the influence of our alignment in turns and bends when we learn to control our rotational twists. This is a simple concept and is applicable to all bending lines, like corners and circles, and movements which have bend in them, such as shoulder in, travers, half pass, and pirouettes.
So we want to make sure that our seat is square always to the horse's hindquarters, to the horse's hips, and our shoulders are always square to the horse's shoulders. So in a turn, in a bend, our hips stay square to the horse's hips, and our upper body has a rotational twist to the right or to the left. If the twist comes from the waist, the hip stays, in this case inside right seat bone stays forward and down as the shoulders turn. Now we don't want to have tipping to the right, twisting and tipping to the right. You want to keep your shoulders level as you rotate around. We think of a zipper on our vest or our shirt staying true to the horse's crest.
Let's note here that it is important that your hips are always in the same alignment as your horse's hips, and your shoulders are always with his shoulders. This is a golden rule and keeps us in harmony and agreement with our horse and with the movement. The rotational twist only works if you stay grounded through your feet and stable on your seat bones from your vertical alignment described in section 1. So, how do we know how much to twist? Our rotation will be equal to that of the size of the circle or the degree of bending of the movement we are riding. Think of the zipper on the front of your jacket or vest always in alignment with the degree of turning and staying in line with your horse's mane. The rider must develop the flexibility and control to rotate like a corkscrew equally to the left and right. One side will always be easier, so you just have to be aware when you are using your stickier side and be sure to practice it more and with conscious effort. Note that the rotational twist is not about leaning to one side and collapsing the waist or hip. This is a fault and in fact can lead to weighting the opposite seat bone and creating the opposite effect on your horse than you originally intended. We put together this great graphic from an aerial view that I hope can further explain the golden rule of our hips agreeing with the horse's hips alignment and our shoulders agreeing with the horse's shoulder alignments. We're going to show both the correct alignment and what happens when the incorrect alignment or rotational twist occurs. This marker denotes the alignment of the horse's hips. Here are our hips in alignment with the horse's hips. Here are the horse's shoulders alignment, and our shoulders aligned with the horse's shoulders, and our head directly over top of it. You can see here the rotational twist. This is the correct alignment, the golden rule of our hips parallel to the horse's hips and our shoulders parallel to the horse's shoulders. Okay, how can this go wrong? Here are the horse's hips alignment. Our hips are not in alignment with the horse's hips. Our shoulders are in alignment with the horse's shoulders. Our hips are also in alignment with the horse's shoulders. This is incorrect. Here are the horse's hips again. Our hips are in alignment with the horse's hips. Here's the horse's shoulders, and our shoulders are not in alignment with the horse's shoulders, but over our hips. Again, an incorrect rotational twist, which will work against the bending of the horse. Now to demonstrate this concept in action. Here we see the rider's rotational twist to the right to agree with the horse's right bend in the shoulder in to the right.